Hello everyone, this is Rory. We're playing The Sims. I am currently doing a legacy challenge to really play with a lot of The Sims parts I don't usually play with. I play with like little silos of areas. I'm trying to expand out of that a little bit, and I feel like following a family through generations is a really good way to do that because I can tell myself one person played this particular way, another person played another particular way. It's going to be fun, I hope. I'm having fun already. That's part of the problem. I already started. I didn't think I was going to record this, but I was actually having so much fun playing it, I wanted to share it with everybody. So this video is kind of an intro to my legacy family and what I'm doing. Let's start by seeing what I have in The Sims. And they have a little area to show packs and kits and stuff. So this will give you an idea of what I've got. I have every single expansion pack except High School Years, which is on my list. I really do want to get it. I think I love playing with kids at any age, teens included. Hopefully that will happen at some point, but I'm mostly just kind of waiting for it to go on sale. I heard a lot of it was very glitched. The glitchy ones that I don't super want, I almost always try to get on sale. The one that's really interesting is I bought Growing Together very recently, full price. This isn't as bad. I'm trying to tell myself this. This isn't as bad when you realize I've been playing The Sims 4 pretty much the entire time it's existed. I've been buying the DLC mostly as I've been going along, little by little. It's fine. I have Growing Together, Cottage Living, which I haven't played much. That's one of the ones I really want to get to. Snowy Escape, played a little bit. Eco Lifestyle. Eco Lifestyle's a lot of fun. I don't fully explore it. I find some of the bits of it kind of annoying, but you dig around in a dumpster. That's fun. I haven't played Discover University like at all. So really hoping with my legacy that my current kid will go to university and do that whole thing. Part of the reason I didn't play it is when I first bought it, it was pretty glitchy. I think they fixed it a little bit since then. We'll see. I've played Island Living a lot because, you know, I love mermaids. They have the mermaids. All Sims with, I know there's a specific name for them and I'm blanking on it, but you know, like the vampires, the werewolves, the magicians, the aliens. I love all those Sims. So I played Island Living a decent amount. I played Get Famous a little bit. The fame mechanism kind of gets a bad rap, but I've enjoyed it. Seasons, I agree with everyone who says that should have been base game. Obviously, I love it. Cats and Dogs, I have not actually played as much as I want to. That's one of the ones I want to dig into. City Living, I've played a decent amount. Get Together, I've played a decent amount. I've played Get to Work Into the Ground. That one used to be glitchy as all get out, but it's a lot better. In terms of game packs, I don't have my Wedding Stories, even though I really want it because I know that one's glitchy. I'm probably never getting Jungle Adventure unless something changes because I find it weirdly appropriative. Werewolves I bought like day one. Of course I did. I love werewolves. Dream Home Decorator I think I also bought day one. I really actually like the mechanisms in Dream Home Decorator a lot. Yes, I own Journey to Batu. I think I got that one on sale. I hope I got that one on sale. Realm of Magic I've played. I actually wish I liked it a little better, but you ride on Broomstick, that's pretty good. Strangerville, I think gets bad rap sometimes. I haven't actually played the main conflict very much, but I like the desert aesthetic, specifically in Strangerville. Like, some of the lots are really cool looking. I don't know. I like Strangerville. Parenthood is so... I honestly forgot it was a pack because I use the mechanism so much. I do a lot of family gameplay. I played Vampires Into the Ground and then dug it up and did it into the ground again. I love vampires. Dine Out I've played a little bit. I'm iffy on it. Spa Day, you know, sometimes I play Spa Day if I want to relax. Most of me actually just want to go to a real spa. Outdoor Retreat, I don't play very much, but I have it. I don't have many stuff packs and I only have one kit. Because I honestly think a lot of this stuff is a little like, why would I bother? My first pet stuff is on my list though. I'm not gonna go through all of these because they're stuff packs. Most of them don't really matter. What I will say is I got Paranormal because I like the ones that have more substance to them. And obviously I like these kinds of packs anyway. But this one you can actually get a ghost hunting license. I haven't played with this one much at all, so this is definitely on my list. Tiny Living is fantastic. I wish I'd filled it out a little bit more and put it into the game packs, but I love Tiny Living. It's so much fun. Machino has like a photographer career. That's why I got that one. Toddler stuff is just cute. Romantic Garden has a wishing well that I wanted. I love the spooky stuff pack, but I'm just that kind of weird nerd type. That's my packs. I have a decent, and I also have Holiday Celebration pack and the Grimm Schoolish guitar. which is not super exciting. I have almost every expansion pack. I have most game packs. Stuff packs are not a huge priority for me. Kits, the only kit I have is Desert Lux, and that's entirely because they were giving away for free at one point. So, there we are. That's what I have. Now, this is my current legacy challenge. So let's go into here and then we'll go into Create a Sim and we'll take a look at the family so you guys can get a good introduction. We'll tell you right now, as I said, I love vampires. So I am playing in Forbidden Hollow with my current family. That's actually more of a coincidence than anything. I'll get into that. Didn't actually, yeah, see, I'm in Wolfsbane Manor with the Torre family, although I actually evicted the sister, but that was just to make my... Oh yeah, Eleanor was leaving. I thought she did leave. Her thing might be glitched. You know, she... Okay, we're going into this really fast. She is... This is Eleanor. She comes with the new Growing Together pack. If you don't like have family to move in with you when you have a baby, she will offer to come stay with you. That's one of the things that comes with Growing Together is people will actually stay with you without moving in. It'll be like a 2-week stay or something. And so she came to theoretically help with the baby. She didn't actually help with the baby that much because of reasons I'll get into, but she was supposed to be leaving, but she's still there. But also she had her luggage at the front of the house, but now it's gone. That was glitched. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, I'm pretty sure... Is Worry not at work? Or, I'm sorry, Gory. Gory is not at work. So we will pick Gory. I don't know why I'm playing with the walls up. I never play with the walls up. That was most of what you're seeing with walls up. Because I don't do that. Alright, this is Gory Plume. Not at all based on me. There is no similarity here whatsoever. This is my original character that I created for the Legacy Challenge. Let's take off the shirt for a second. See, obviously not me because they have top surgery scars and I don't, which is not fair. They actually added stretch marks pretty recently and I think they look really fun. Also, I don't have freckles or moles quite like this, but they're fun. I like them. Anyway, Gory Plume. Let's take a look at characteristics here. Currently, they're doing the Renaissance Sim. Let's backtrack a minute. The reason I started this Legacy Challenge, I wanted to play with Growing Together. I wanted to play with Milestones. But I didn't want to create a family with a baby already. I wanted to have kind of a sim that lived their life a little bit. I'll show you when we get back to the regular area, but there are milestones and stuff that you can unlock as you do actions. It's kind of, you see this like life story unfold, which is fun. I think that's exactly what you want out of The Sims. So I chose Renaissance Sim for Gory, and that is a knowledge one. They get quick learner. They have some likes and dislikes that they've gotten over time, but that's not as important. Well, the traits that I gave them initially were good, cheerful, and childish. As I said, I did not make the sim with the intention of showing people. When I play by myself, I tend to make things a little easier because I find gameplay a little monotonous. Making things easy on myself helps that a little bit. But I did add childish. It's certainly not like Kleptomania or one of the ones where you get into fights all the time. It's a little less neat than I will do sometimes. And childish, it makes a lot of sense if you're like, I'm making a sim to have a baby specifically. And we'll show some of their other traits. Oh yeah, there's additional traits. That's one of the new things you can get with, I don't remember if they added it to base game in the latest update that went with Growing Together or if it came with Growing Together. But as you live your life, if your character enjoys things or does certain things, you get the option to choose more traits. So you get more than the base 3 that we've had the entirety of The Sims 4, which is a lot of fun and I really love it. Another way that Gory is not me is Gory is self-assured. Gory is like always confident. That is not me at all, and I am not being sarcastic about that. Gory is also an art lover. I'll explain a little more about that later. Anyway, let's flip through our outfits real quick, because I always put a lot of work into them, so we should just take a quick peek. Gory isn't me, but obviously Gory is based on me. I like to pick the rainbow t-shirts just because I think it's fun that they, you know, we could also do a tank top, but we're not going to because this is Gory's everyday wear, although I say that I'm wearing a tank top, but whatever. Blue pants because I've been wearing a lot of loose blue pants lately and honestly look cute. The shoes are Chucks. Glasses because I always wear glasses. So I picked this for formal just because I'd never seen it before. It's kind of Black Parade meets Sgt. Pepper's. Whatever. It was fun. I went with it. This is the athletic look. I picked a hoodie because I love a good hoodie. I love the time of year when I can wear hoodies. And then little short shorts. And I wear a lot of black. So black and white themed bathrobe. I went with black even though I usually actually wear blue bathrobes just for color unity. Party outfit. I have a jean jacket that I love. It's all stuff I like to wear. This is very similar to what I wear when I'm swimming. Pretty similar to my athletic look, but a little bit sexier, maybe. And then cold weather, I layered constantly. The weather where I live. Oh, wait, I never noticed those rings. They always sneak rings up on me. Go away. I don't wear rings. Anyway, I layer constantly. Jacket, hoodie, pants, boots, beanie. There you have it. Gory married a vampire. This is Caleb Vittori. He is a townie. So he comes with the Sims pack. But I actually changed him up. He doesn't normally look quite like this. I didn't change anything too dramatic. That's not true. I changed his outfits pretty substantially. If you look him up, you can see what he looks like normally. The one I think is the funniest, though, is I gave him hair from the werewolf pack. So he is a vampire with werewolf hair. His vampire form, I'll click over that really fast. Doesn't actually look super like vampire-y. He looks like exactly the same. Some vampires get like special eyes or weird face stuff. No, he just looks exactly like he normally does. But he's a good guy, so that's part of it. Anyway, I changed his outfit. I made sure to keep, like, these pants have floral patterns on them to give him a little bit of that vampire flair. I actually think the jacket may be from werewolves, too. Oh, no, it's from vampires. I still dressed him kind of like a vampire. This one, I think, was already like that. So was that. He has, like, this kind of red and black theme, and I didn't mess with that too much. I think, oh yeah, I changed this one. I made it kind of like his normal outfit, but in a different color. And yeah, so I didn't change too much. He is doing good vampire. He's actually working his way pretty decently through good vampire. And he wants to control his thirst and remain as human as possible. So actually, by the time that Gory met him, he already could just go out in the sun whenever he wanted. He doesn't really eat people. He did a couple times. He ate Gory once, but consensually, he doesn't non-consensually eat other people. He mostly eats plasma bags, which is really expensive, and he's unemployed, except he's an artist, but we'll get into that. He is gregarious. He's a foodie, which I find really funny because he doesn't eat food. He is ambitious, which is also really funny because I keep him deliberately unemployed because he's a stay-at-home dad. And being a vampire is actually really great for that. His energy, he doesn't need to sleep. He just takes care of the baby and paints to make money. But then he gets sad because he's ambitious and he doesn't have a job, quote unquote job. But he works, and he's materialistic, so he loves buying new things, which honestly is good considering he has a baby. So we buy baby stuff. It's great. And also he paints, so he can admire his painting before I sell it. This is the reason that Gory married Caleb. Caleb adopted a dog. This is Romeo. I actually named his breed Potato. I was editing someone else and they wouldn't let me save it unless I gave him a breed name, so I named him Potato. He's a troublemaker, so his natural inclination is to like play in the trash and stuff. He is loyal, which means he loves pets, and he's a sleuth, so he likes to look around. This is his like camo harness that he goes on walks in. Caleb invited Gory over to meet the dog, and that's when they hit it off. So actually, Gory became good friends with Romeo before Caleb did. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, their baby! This is Jace, whose name I picked randomized. He is, as you can see, a vampire baby, which makes absolutely no difference right now. He's really cute. I think he actually looks a lot like Caleb. This is specifically the infant. It's a new life stage that they added with... I don't remember if they added the life stage in base game. I think they did. I think they added the life stage in base game, but who could tell? I don't know. I have Growing Together. I don't know. You see, he's got this little pillow here because he's barely out of newborn, so he is in a stage where he has to learn how to sit up. He has to learn how to crawl. It's like toddler, but more basic. This is his everyday outfit. I kind of was giving him dark colors so he kind of matched both his parents. But I did not go gender specific. This is actually a feminine top. but it seemed like something a spoiled vampire prince would wear. You know what I mean? So this is his normal outfit. The strawberries are just precious to me. I love them. This is more of a feminine look, minus the diaper. I forgot I put him in a skirt, but yeah, he's in a skirt even. When you want to put bottoms on a baby, they will turn around on the pillow so that you can get a good look, because they can't just stand up and turn around or whatever, or even just extend to show you what he normally looks like. This is his hot weather look, just some shorts. His cold weather look is pretty similar to his regular look, except it has this rabbit beanie that's really cute, and also he has cloud shoes, because I love the cloud shoes and I wanted to use them somewhere. His trait that he has so far is that he is cautious. That is one of the reasons the guest did not help him much. We introduced them, but honestly the vampire dad was around all the time, so I thought he should do the work. Anyway, vampire baby, character based on me, townie, dog. Alright, this is Gory and their work clothes, because they are on the medical track in their job. I stopped going with them to work once the baby was born because following Jace is kind of the point. And where they are in the Renaissance careers, they need to reach level 3 in a different career. So honestly, they may quit their job and work on building a career in a different area. Gory is not super involved in childcare. Gory is the breadwinner. Although, see these easels in the background, that also makes a lot of money. Gory does paint and will paint at home. Gory also sells books sometimes. So, got a lot of fingers and a lot of pies. She's leaving. Okay, good. Bye, Eleanor. Thanks for the leaving food on the counters all the time. Let's take a look at the house. This is one of the pre-built houses. If you've played the game, you've probably seen it. This is what the house looks like. I did clear some stuff out of the yard so they could do some outdoor parties. Like, they got married on the lot. Thinking of that, let's take a look at Gory's milestones. See, here are the traits, including the new ones. You can look at different stages of life, but Gory is currently a young adult, so that's all we've got. The energy failure, I think, was a pregnancy thing, because Gory was the pregnancy parent, and bladder failure was at their wedding. It was a disaster. The wedding's a little bugged for one, so I was running around trying to get things to work, but Gory was just not doing well that day. They were about to walk down the aisle and they had bladder failure, and then they walked down the aisle, and right before they started saying their vows, they had a cold. So they were sick while they were getting married because I didn't have time to buy medicine, and I wouldn't have wanted to do that in the middle of the ceremony because A, that doesn't make for a very good story, and B, I didn't want it to glitch and break. That was fun. First woohoo was with Caleb, mostly because they just kind of hit it off and I went with it. First promotion, yeah, they've been working up the doctor career. What's the self-discovery? Oh yeah, you can get milestones for the new traits you find. So art lover, they've been painting a lot. They have art lover. Had a baby, obviously. This was when they discovered their self-assured trait. This is when they got a job. Got married, obviously got engaged. Normally when I marry my Sims off, I actually just kind of have them elope because the weddings are too much work. And I was like, oh, I should be fine this time, but no. I think they may have broken weddings pretty badly when they introduced my wedding stories. Got married, got engaged, started a romantic relationship. Obviously, it's kind of the other way around, fell in love. They're best friends. Pretty straightforward. Caleb, at the computer, his traits are pretty straightforward as well. They did not add milestones for townies. I was kind of curious about that. First woohoo was with Gory, I think, but they didn't list it as Gory. Oh yeah, Caleb's a music lover. I'm not sure where that came from, but he is. He had a baby, obviously. He's cheerful, which is fun because I specifically gave him as one of his vampire power downsides that he cries all the time. So he's cheerful, but he's sad. He adopted Romeo. He also adopted a dog named Peaches, who's really cute, has 2 different colored eyes, but Peaches moved out with his sister. He manifested as a vampire, obviously. Got married, and then all the same stuff as Gory on the social front. Oh, Jace is on the ground with the dog. That's really cute. I don't remember what's going on there. His traits are cautious, hates wake-up time. It's specifically an infant quirk. He will not have this when he gets older. But he wakes up and he cries, and he's like mad or sad about it. Messy eater, which doesn't really do much. It just makes him look like he's covered in food, and it's cute. Good appetite is great, though, because He will eat anything. This is completely different. It's so extensive. There's so much that can happen in infant. Fine motor is the first category. He has learned to grab, which he learned from his little play area, his little play mat. He learned to grab. He learned to reach. Put toe to mouth is one he doesn't have, but he's working on it. He has learned to creep. He like kneels and just kind of like scoots around, which he also got because he learned to sit up. He also rolled over to tummy, but there's more here. These are actually in different order. Whatever. He learned to creep. This is, I guess, in reverse order. So he lifted his head. He rolled over to his back. He rolled over to his tummy. He learned to sit up. He learned to creep. He hasn't crawled yet. There's a command specifically to do tummy time. And then you learn all of these things. But once he's kind of at a point where he can just do tummy time on his own. Normally, but he's asleep. First bath. First visitors, he met Eleanor, peed on caregiver, first bubble bath, slept through the night, and first baby food was ice cream. Because, you might as well give him a little fun, right? He ended up liking ice cream, but he is not a picky eater, so that would be why. He was born at a hospital. Sometimes I don't bother taking him to the hospital. It's a lot of extra work, but I thought it would be kind of funny in this case because the chase would be delivered by Gory's coworkers that Gory has made friends with. In terms of social, he has smiled. He coos. He learned to laugh and he learned to babble. The babble actually does sound more like speech than the noises he was making before, which is saying something because everybody speaks Simlish, So it isn't English. But it still does sound like something. In this area, you mostly see that he's working on crawling. He's working on putting his toe in his mouth. He is really tired. One of the things Eleanor did instead of actually helping was talk to Bearkilla over here. I don't know where Bearkilla came from. Like, I didn't know that they had like a vampire bear. But he's really cute and like, of course, a vampire baby and a vampire dad. Of course, Bearkilla was going to be there. And Romeo, you can't click on him and see anything interesting, but he's a great dog and I love him. And I think that should cover it. I have reorganized in here a little bit. How do I want this? There was originally a bed in here, but I moved it out for Caleb to have a coffin in case he wanted it. He doesn't need it. Some vampires need it. He doesn't. I also moved beds out of Jace's room so that he could have all this baby stuff, but I held on to the bed so I can switch back to them when he gets a little older. This is a changing table. It is new from growing together. He has a little mobile over his like infant crib, which is also new. Everyone has kind of their own different places to sleep. This is where Gory sleeps. The bed was in here so Eleanor had a place to sleep, and if you have to assign them to a bed, I think, is how that works. This is really cute. Since Jace is a vampire baby, he was born with this bassinet. It has a little like bat on it and fancy designs. This is not normally what the baby stuff looks like, but it did for him, and it was very Addams Family, and I thought it was great. I put in a kind of matching dog bed for Romeo to sleep in, but he never sleeps on it. He sleeps on the rugs. He just sleeps all around the house. Like, he's laying with the baby right now. Romeo has a dog bowl here. These came with the place. This is the door is Sechko. She is part of Caleb's club called Painters R Us. And literally the whole point of the club is to come to these easels back here and paint so Caleb can sell them, get money, and get fame points. He is plagiarizing off of his club. This was not actually an idea I came up with on my own. This was from a little Simsy stream I saw. And it's a great way to make money if you're not doing like a challenge. I mean, this is a legacy, but it's not really a challenge. I'm kind of just doing what I want. My main idea with this legacy is to just kind of do one kid at a time and really develop them. I may change my mind. I might have twins or triplets randomly at some point. I don't expect to be super rigid with it, but the idea is really focus your attentions on that kid. Give them a lot of those milestones and experiences. Have them grow up and go to college, and then once they're done with college, then they start their career and start working on making the next generation. And I'll just play it as long as I want to play it. We're going to call it there. So in the future, will Gory switch careers? Yes, they will, because I want them to finish their milestone. As far as Caleb is with his career, he is really enjoying that computer time, I guess. He needs to create 3 plasma packs from fish or frogs. That's really boring to me. Why is being a good vampire so boring? I'm not going to worry about that. He's the stay-at-home dad. He's going to focus on the next generation. This little guy is going to go through as many milestones as possible, really build up a solid life experience, and Romeo will hang out. Oh, I should also say, I don't play, I think I have aging turned off. I will age up Jace as I want to. Obviously, Caleb wouldn't age even if things were turned on. He's a vampire. Gory, I don't know. Once Caleb's a teenager, or not Caleb, once Jace is a teenager, I might age Gory up to an adult. That seems natural to me. But it's not super on my radar. Gory is human. I don't know if I said that, but Gory is human. And I don't have any plans to turn Gory into a vampire at this point. I like that Gory's human, but we'll see how that plays out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hopefully I'll keep this up. I'm not going to keep to his particular schedule because this is all just for fun. But thank you for coming along and we'll get started.